We're dealing with some pretty bitter cold, and we'll continue to do so just about through the end of the week, but there is some milder temperatures on the horizon here. It's not going to feel tropical, but just a little more seasonable here, thankfully. We'll take anything we can get, though. High pressure is locked into place as this cold front that swept through last night, that's what brought in those gusty winds that stuck around throughout much of the day today. But as this high pressure kind of just hangs around the Midwest, so will the bitter cold. So tonight, we'll end up with temperatures down to around, if not just below zero. The winds will be much calmer compared to last night, but still any kind of breeze, and we'll have wind chills down as low as about 15 below. So just continue to bundle up throughout, especially the morning hours, and not just for Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday as well here, as those morning lows will be just below zero with wind chills between 15 and 20 below. So just continue, try to limit the time outside as much as you can, but just make sure to bundle up. But thankfully, not for much longer after Friday, as we see that a warming trend into next week, and in fact, our morning lows into next week will be closer to where our highs are for this week. So we do see a big improvement, and especially with wind chills that'll stay above zero as we head into next week. In terms of our high temperatures, we'll see those in the teens for the rest of this work and school week, with those wind chills going to be up to around zero each afternoon. And then we'll be back into the 20s as soon as Saturday, but definitely by Sunday and into next week. So we'll continue to have this seasonable trend continuing into early February, all thanks to this upper air pattern. So we have this very cold air that'll be stuck overhead through Saturday, and then we start to see some improvements as we head into next week. The pattern kind of flattens out a little bit early next week, so that'll be a real help. We'll still be kind of on the colder side of things, though. Have a ridge to the west and a trough in the east, but it's not nearly as strong of a trough. So the air will not be nearly as cold, but still just more seasonable as we head into next week. And maybe towards the end of next week, we may be able to end the sub-freezing stretch of weather that we've had. So for now, looking at the forecast, we're looking at least 19 straight sub-freezing days. So that goes back to last week through this week and into a little part of next week. And in all likelihood, we may even add more to that streak as we head into next week, just depending on if we can reach that 32-degree mark. But if it stays at 19, we've only done that about 18 times since 1912, so that goes to about 1 in 6 winters to have a stretch of sub-freezing weather like this. So it doesn't happen all that often, and thankfully it's going to end fairly soon. But also with this seasonable trend, we do see chances for snow increasing as well. So as we look at futurecast, first off, as high pressure builds back in on Friday, looks like we're going to have a pretty big lake effect snow band on Lake Michigan. So if you're planning any travel towards Chicago or Northwest Indiana, be on the lookout for that, especially Friday and Saturday for potentially some decent snowfall accumulation. But our next system to watch will come through Sunday night. That looks to bring a wave of snow that may last into early Monday morning. Again, accumulations is way too early to get a good forecast on that, but just know that we're eyeing a system to roll through Sunday night into early Monday. May also see another one come through Tuesday night. But otherwise, after this bitter cold week, we warm up and see a little snow just in time for the groundhogs on Monday.